The story pipe, the gift of the Magi.
Hello kids. Today's story is Gift of the Magi.
A holiday classic tale for kids. Our fondest memories of childhood are of the holidays. Hi Ballard.
Hello Lisa.
That we spend with our families.
Whether spending the day, out with family, or unwrapping gifts at Christmas.
Everyone has a fond memory of the holidays.
One common thing that almost everyone shares. While reminiscing about the holidays is the classic holiday tales.
These tales are a fun way to enjoy time with family.
Christmas tales like
The Gift of the Magi story is one such classic Christmas tale.
that demonstrates the holiday spirit and the love of the family.
The story follows a young husband and wife
as they face the task of purchasing covert Christmas gifts for each other on a shoestring budget.
A touching tale with a moral lesson about giving gifts.
Focuses on the theme of selflessness, making it an ideal holiday narrative.
Let us look into the gift of the Magi story.
The story, Gift of the Magi.
Della and Jim had only been married for a year. They didn't have much money, and their living quarters were filthy.
What the couple missed in luxury, they made up for in compassion. It was Christmas the next day. Della only had $1.87 to spend on a present for her beloved husband. What can I possibly buy with that? She wondered. She turned around and saw herself in the mirror. She took a step up to the mirror and glanced at herself. Her hair was long and lovely. At the very least, Jim adores my long, lovely hair,
she added as she spun around.
Della suddenly realized what she needed to do. She hurriedly put on her cloak and exited the apartment. Della looking at her long beautiful hair.
She dashed down the street to a shop that created wigs.
We purchase hair, read a placard. Della inquired of the shopkeeper, tell me, quote, how much are you willing to pay for my hair? Come inside and let me see that, the shopkeeper replied.
Della entered the shop and removed her cloak.
Her long, thick hair tumbled to the ground.
Oh, lovely, exclaimed the shopkeeper, I'll offer you $20 for those gorgeous, long locks.
Good. Della could finally go shopping now that she had $20 plus the $1.87 from before.
She wondered what she should buy for her husband.
Jim's golden pocket watch has been his most prized possession in the entire universe.
It had passed from his grandfather to his father and then to Jim.
When Jim was sure no one was looking, he pulled out his golden watch, flipped it over,
and stroked it gently.
Della was aware of it because she observed him doing it.
Della then came across the ideal present, a gold chain for his pocket watch.
She purchased the pocket watch chain for $21. Jim's pocket watch could not fall out of his pocket with that chain attached to it.
And wouldn't Jim look wonderful when he pulled out his golden pocket watch?
And everyone could see the gleaming gold chain.
She thought to herself.
As Jim returned home that evening, Della ran toward him to present him with the gift she had purchased. However,
when he noticed his wife's short hair, he frowned instead of smiling. "Yes, don't be concerned," she explained, quote,
"It doesn't take long for my hair to regrow."
He then handed his wife a tiny package before she could give Jim her gift. Della unwrapped the knot.
There were 2 lovely hair combs within.
They were the identical ones.
She had admired in storefront windows hundreds of times.
Now she knew what her beloved husband had bought them as a present.
Della then gave Jim her box.
She said, "Now it's your turn."
"Don't you like it?" his wife questioned, quote,
"Of course," Jim exclaimed, quote, "However, I had to sell my watch in order to purchase you the hair combs."
"And I had to sell my hair to get you the watch chain," Della exclaimed.
Della and Jim after receiving the presents both.
Jim and Della had sacrificed their most prized possessions for the sake of the other.
They put their presents aside and sat down for a meal together. A 41.
Moral of the gift of the Magi story. The story teaches us the valuable lesson of loving and caring for others. In the story, both Jim and Della sold their most loved possessions in order to buy something beautiful for each other. The story is a great way to teach kids to be loving and kind to their families. The story also depicts that gifts or materialistic presents are not the only things that can give happiness. The true sense of happiness comes from sharing and devotion with each other. Subscribe to my channel Kids Valley.